Is the one thing you wish Brookwood had when you were a camper? Nice bunks. I was never in a show. Favorite group leader was Dave Silverman by far. I don't know, I might have married Violet at the carnival or in the kissing booth. I think I married Violet at the carnival. And if I could have thrown a pie in someone's face, Myron twice. I guess that's it. Thank you, Brett. All right, man.
Just answer the question. What's the question?
What was your favorite trip out of camp?
What was your favorite trip out of camp?
Okay, if you, let's see, what memorabilia do you still have from camp?
What? Still have from camp? I have the hatchet. Oh, you know what I have? Okay. I have this shirt that I won at a track meet. That we only have one track meet.
I have the hatchet that I won beating her in color war.
I never won color war. Despite never ever winning a color war all the 5 summers that I was at camp, and I don't even think I ever won tribe war. I still loved it.
Because we were always against each other and I always won.
Yes. And I just want to say something. My favorite group leader was Lauren Slater.
And who was your best friend?
My best friend was Amy and still is Amy.
7 years old.
Without camp, I would never have known her, or she wouldn't have been my best friend all these years. But I want to also say about Lauren Slater, because she couldn't be here tonight. I spoke to her earlier today, and she just wishes everybody all the best. And I have to mention her so that when she sees this, she'll know I did. Thank you.
Thank you.
What are you going to say?
What was your favorite activity in camp?
Each other.
Yes. I was going to be a little better on that, but yes.
Okay, you put me in front of the camera, now you're screwed. What's the next one? What was your favorite color war break?
The kidnapping of Saul Steinberg, because that's the only one I remember.
What was your favorite food at camp?
I don't want to...
I was a waitress.
Onion rings, I don't know.
No, we didn't eat that. What?
Who do you think wrote that?
What was the most memorable time that you got docked?
I don't think I can put that on camera.
Okay.
I was the waitress counselor 1 year. That's all I remember.
Cut. No more.
Cut, better.
All right, what is this? Get over here. Get over here.
What song reminds you most of camp?
Tough question.
What song? Go to the next question.
What memorabilia do you still have from camp?
I have my hatchet. I do.
I actually have some plaques, memorabilia.
Oh, I have my shirt.
He's got a shirt from the Wagon Wheel.
Wagon Wheel, famous bar, pizza rolls.
No, that's the wrong camp. The plaques are from Tagola. Forget it. I don't have anything from Brooklyn.
You know?
What was your favorite activity in camp?
My favorite activity at camp was rowing over to Camp Laconda and letting out the boats with Paul Lewis, Alan Kroll, and Freddie Cola. And the bats attacked us on the lake. And we were very drunk. And that was our best activity, actually, at camp. And also driving back from Tony's with no lights to see who can make it back to camp without any headlights. So those are the 2 best memories from camp.
Your day off.
And actually, that's a whole other story. The motel, we can't go there. When Dave Silverman stole the totem pole from Camp Damaqua, that was very cool. I put it in the back of his car and brought it over to Brookwood. That was cool also.
What about when they kidnapped Saul? When you kidnapped Saul Steinberg?
Yeah, well, we had Saul kidnapped for a color war break, and all the kids were crying because they thought he was kidnapped, and we had to bring him in with ketchup. But yeah, well, now if we did that now, we'd be locked up, so we can't go there either. What else we got?
Thank you.
I've never listened to him before. That's the first time I've ever listened to him before. If I remember, he was a very good announcer. What was that crazy?
Our little commercials there?
What was the commercial? Crazy?
That was Rick's crazy canoe rental and I don't know, bed and breakfast. I don't know. We might go back into that business. My favorite counselor group leader? Yeah, good. Ask me that now.
Who was your favorite counselor group leader?
The only group leader that I had was Rick Greenberg.
All right. I would have given him a dead leg if he said anything else.
Could have thrown a pie in someone's face at Carnival. Who would it have been?
That's obviously Freddie Kohler. He was the only guy I was taller than. And I'm talking about when I was a Ranger.
What event did you do in the Apache or the Gitch?
Well, let's see, what didn't I do? 9 years, I was actually the only waiter that they let do the crackers and whistling because I don't know why, it was really a plebe activity, but they let me do it as a waiter.
And he did it very well.
I was really good, I could really whistle.
I remember. I used to write the postcard in the HC. And what? And then you had to run it somewhere, yeah. And also, Robin Lehrhoff painted the sheep.
I got one more.
Go ahead.
Paul Herman used to put his shoes on the bunk floor very neatly every day. Never moved them. So he nailed his shoes to the floor. So then he didn't have to worry about moving them anymore.
I think I can tell you, not just myself, but my brother's best color war experience was he was in the Apache, well, that's a tribe war, the Apache relay event where you sneak off campus, go to the Glen Spa, and get driven back to camp by Jeff Strang. That was my brother's best event.
Jeff Strang.
I got one more.
Uncle Jeff.
Well, it's all coming back now. When I was a head counselor, Eddie Waterski hated his guts. He busted my balls all summer. So the last night of camp, when Eddie went out to the bar, me and Steve Pelta, a couple other guys, put some horse shit in his bed. And we made the bed, like we tucked in the sheets and everything, and we made it real nice. And he came back and he started cursing. And he said, "Who the hell did this in my bed?" And the next morning, the director, Marty Ritter, blamed my nephew, Gary Prusher, for doing it. And Gary said to me, "Uncle Rick, I swear it wasn't me." I said, "Gary, I know, but just clean it up, you know." He says, "Oh, all right, I'll clean it up, but I didn't do it." And when I told Gary who did it when we got home, he was very pissed at me.
Byron.
Didn't Gary get the largest waffle belly in the history of camping? I think so.
If you became owner of Brookwood today, what would you do to make it the camp of your fondest memories?
Well, I probably wouldn't knock down Varsity Hall. I would probably add on more rooms where you had to go through a towel or a sheet to get to your room.
You mean Varsity Hall, where Bob Goldberg's father said, "I've seen whorehouses nicer than this"?
Yeah,
that's
the
Varsity
one.
Hall.
The one where Dave Hauptman once broke his hand, well, almost broke his hand, punching a window because someone was sitting on his bed. It's a normal camper.
Typical camp memories.
Yeah, he broke through a window, basically. Mitch Kuflick was on his bed. Explain that back home.
Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
Take care.
Is there something that makes coherent sense or not?
By the way, Saul Steinberg, if you ever watch this, Saul, Dave Silverman lit your clogs on fire. I just want to let you know.
Thinking of Flip's dog. We just peed on him. That's all it was.
No, Robin Lehrhoff painted the sheep. Robin Lehrhoff painted the sheep.
Oh, actually, let me explain.
All right, what was your favorite activity in camp?
Socials.
Any favorite food at camp?
I like the pizza.
What did you do in the Apache or the Gitch?
I did for the Apache, I usually did some sort of basketball shot or something like that. In the Gitch, I used to do some sort of volleyball thing or something. I wasn't very fast then.
Okay, what's one thing that you wish Brookwood had when you were a camper or a counselor?
Pamela Anderson.
And what was a memorable time that you got docked?
What?
That you got docked?
I took 2 girls out of camp and they found out about it. Perry, I'm still sorry. Is that all right?
Very good.
Wait.
All right.
You don't want to ask me anything.
What was your favorite food at camp?
Nothing.
Okay, what was a memorable time that you got docked?
Your father, as collegian, was loving the dock. We had a charter